Hi, I'm Kayleigh. I'm the Development and Communications Manager at Lincoln Arts Centre, and I'm with...
I'm Martin, and I am the Technical Team Leader and Production Manager at the Lincoln Arts Centre.
So Lincoln Arts Centre is the University of Lincoln's public arts centre. So we are based on campus. We have students learning and performing within our building, but we also have professional productions as well. So for example, we've got the Snow Queen coming up, we've got Science Live on stage, things like that, and then also we have other people coming in. Most recently Frozen Light Theatre with The Bar at the Edge of Time. So we've got a bunch of different stuff coming up, as well as installations and interactive things and things like that. So we offer a work experience programme that's 5 days long, and that can be usually Monday to Friday, but if we've got something happening on a Saturday, like we can bring work placement students in then. And it's split between marketing and technical, so I will work with work experience students for 2 days and Martin will work with them for 3 days, and it kind of depends on what we've got happening in the building at the time.
Generally we look at sort of year 9 and above. Typically it'll sort of, the work experience tends to work sort of year 10, either year 10 or year 12, year 13. So we have a bit of a mixture, so sort of over the age of 14 is kind of the target age really. However, we do offer work experience for over 18s and people not in an educational setting. Just again, there are certain circumstances where people want to come and kind of experience what it's like to work within our kind of industry whilst they've left school or education.
I think it benefits young people in a bunch of different ways. I think by having it split between tech and marketing and kind of back of house and front of house, you get an experience of like everything that goes into making theatre or even just like making a show or art or anything like that. You kind of get that well-rounded idea because you will work with Martin and kind of do lights and sound and things like that, and then you come to me and we figure out how to actually get like people into the building.
Yeah, I just think that it's quite a fun place to do work experience, so they get a really good eclectic mix of just what the environment is like, and yeah, we find that, as Kayleigh said, there are students that come to us with kind of a real desire to perform on stage, and we absolutely can kind of help with that, but also it's just giving them little other snippets of avenues that they can travel down to kind of look at, like we say, with the marketing and box office and things like that, and the creative side as well as kind of the performing. So yeah, I feel they leave here with a bit more of an understanding as to what goes on in this wild and wonderful industry.
Yeah, I think a lot of our colleagues, like especially me, but we kind of all started performing. Mm-hmm. Like that is where our beginning was, so I think it's a really good place to kind of see where that can go, because these students are in the same position that we were in, really, I would say.
Yeah, exactly, and we do find that sometimes with the arts, it can be quite kind of hard to realise how much goes on in the arts and how much of an industry it actually is and how viable it is. So yeah, we feel like we go a little bit of the way to providing a bit of an understanding towards that.
Yeah, well, depends what day really, but with marketing, so we have I think it's 4 or 5 marketing tasks. You'll work currently, this might change in the future, but you work on marketing for a show called Camp Phoenix, which is by our associate artist Zest Theatre, and so you'll come in, we'll speak, we'll look at what the show was, you'll get the marketing pack, you'll get everything that we did, and then you'll learn about how to approach different audiences with that show. You'll also learn how to build an email that we send out. We have about 17,000 people on our mailing list. We don't get work placement students to send emails to 17,000 people, but you learn how we build those things, as well as making socials posts, as well as writing copy, and so you get we kind of build a marketing campaign. And then I also encourage a lot of like out of the box thinking with stuff, because it's not just online social media that you can be doing, it's also like offline things, so try and make sure that we're not just talking about socials. But then with technical, I guess it depends.
Yeah, it entirely depends on what we've got in. We do occasional evening and then occasional Saturday work, depending if we've got a show. If we don't have a show in, then quite often we'll like do a mock show for them, so they can kind of get used to that kind of lighting or sound or anything within the live setting of the theatre. And then quite often there's lots of things like maintenance that we do, and we also look at things like providing questionnaires and allowing students the opportunity to kind of do a little bit of self-directed like study in a way. Not too much study, there's no homework, don't worry. But yeah, just providing them opportunity to find like about different roles and opportunities within the industry. So yeah, it's quite a well kind of, it's relatively flexible depending on what we've got in at any given time.
Massively benefits me because we at Lincoln Arts Centre, we want to reach young people with our marketing, what we're doing. So when students come in to do marketing with me, I basically say like, market the show so that you'd want to come and see it, because then that helps me because I'm not as young as I once was, and so there might be something that I'm not even thinking about in marketing that young people really want to see. So it definitely helps me to kind of stay on my toes and make sure that when I'm doing our socials and things, I'm not kind of cutting off that entire demographic.
For me, it's kind of inspiring the next generation of technicians really within the industry, which is a challenge, but we've even got students that have kind of gone into the industry now, and when I've actually met them, because I'll do some bits of freelance and things like that, and I get to meet them on the road, as it were, and yeah, it's just quite inspiring knowing that I've played a little bit of a part in their journey. But yeah, it's just to inspire the next generation of technicians really. We've actually got one who came to us for work experience called Joe a couple of years ago. He's now gone on to Confetti College, which is based over in Nottingham, I believe, and he actually came back to do further work experience this summer before he went to college, just to again just refresh some skills and things like that, and I've no doubt that he will flourish within the industry, so he'll be someone I'll keep kind of a close eye on really. And then you've got another?
Yeah, so we had Cole, who was years ago, did work experience, and then has now, well, he's graduated now, but he came to university and then starred as Scrooge in A Christmas Carol last year. So that's a really nice like work experience to student, to then experiencing an actual show and doing the tech week and things like that. Like, I think it's a really nice through line that you see with that. Yeah, I would say that we get a lot of performers come to our work experience, and I think being open to everything that goes into making a show or into performing really is really good, because you won't be writing scripts and being on stage, you'll be learning about everything that happens behind the stage, so being open to that would be really, really great.
I feel communication is very important, and having confidence in trying to communicate. We don't actively throw people in situations where they don't feel comfortable, but we do, they will get to meet a real range of people, and we'll get them kind of used to talking and speaking about how they feel about shows or about situations and things like that.
And in that, I would say as well, like proactivity. So like really throwing yourself into it. There are some, especially with the marketing side of things, it is a lot of your like self-directed work in that. We will have meetings and I'll be around all the time, but there will be a lot of kind of you doing that work. So really being proactive in that and taking charge of what you're doing would be ideal. You can go to our website, lincolnartscentre.co.uk, and under the tab Create With Us, you can find a little thing for work placement, and you can apply through there. and you look through all of those, don't you?
Yeah, myself and the general manager, Holly, have a look over the applications. We do ask for a short kind of statement of intent, just as to why you feel you want to come to the Lincoln Arts Centre and what you feel you can bring to the work placement. And then, yeah, we review them, and then we will send out acceptance, or we will send out, if we can't take someone on, we will let you know that on this occasion you haven't been successful.
If you want to catch the Snow Queen at Lincoln Arts Centre, it is our Christmas production. It's with the third year drama and theatre students, the technical theatre and stage management students and the music students. And that is running from the 12th to the 21st of December. Tickets are still on sale, they're selling out very quick. And if you're a teacher and you want to book your school to come in, you can talk to me and we can maybe get you some free tickets through our Every Child scheme.